Say hello, everyone. Look at what we're gonna make. Say hello. Show everybody how pretty, bird. It's Miku. There we go. Is you biting? Say hello. Say hello. Everybody misses you. And this is Miku's new necklace. Let go. Aw, pretty. Wow. And Miku's going to model it and bite it as he's playing with it. No. This is our bracelet we're going to make today. As you can see, he's not liking it. Hey, no biting. Turn over. Show everybody how cute you are. Yeah. Look at how cute of a baby he is. Say hello. No, not my glasses. Oh, you're just a regular little brat. No. Everybody misses you. And my son got purple meal on him. Him and his sister were having a meal fight in the house, like retards. And they got the bird. And it looks like he's all bruised, but it's purple meal. Say hi, Miku. Say hello. Say hello. I'm a good birdie. Mwah. You're a bad bird. You're a bad birdie. No biting. You gonna model the beautiful necklace? No. Look at how pretty. Wow, good boy. So Miku is modeling our project. Say bye. Come on, let's go step up. And we'll be back. And I'll tell you guys what you need. Okay, guys. So today I'm going to teach you guys how to make this Mountain of Love bracelet. And the reason I'm calling it is it has little tiny mountains on it. Like that. And these are kind of like little valleys. And I'm going to tell you guys what you need for, and you probably can hear my fan going and my pig son burping. And anyway, my hands are really actually very clean, as clean as they're going to get. I was doing gardening yesterday and I can't get the dirt out of the cracks. I've scrubbed them, and you guys are going to have to look at these ugly hands for now. So this is the bracelet. Focus. This is... Oh. Go away, kid. My son's sitting in the background being a dickhead. And we're using a lot of different beads in this bracelet, but there are probably some beads that you have on hand, some that you can substitute, whether you have them, these ones, you can use something else. So let's get started on telling you what you're going to need for... I absolutely love these colors. It's done in pink and white and black with baby blue and some silver. And I used silver Czechmates in here. This one's to keep bending because I didn't tighten it enough, but we'll get that fixed in the next video, or the next bracelet I make. Alright, so this is done with 2 needles. So you will need 2 size 10 or size 12 beading needles. I am using 10-pound Fireline, if I can find where I put it. Somewhere on my desk. But anyway, I'm using 10-pound Fireline. You can use 8. You're going to need a toggle. Now, I'm using a small toggle just because I liked to finish this in the same pattern I started with. So what I started with here, I wanted to end with here. So I've used a smaller one, and this one's probably approximately the same size. So it's just a little toggle. Okay, and you're going to need 2 wire guardians or wire protectors. Someone asked me what size these wire guardians are, and all I can tell you is that's the small ones. I don't use any other size. I'm using a size 8 seed bead. This here is a Toho seed bead. And the color, I don't know what it is because I spilled coffee on the package and I had to dump the package in the garbage. So I don't know what I think it's a wisteria lined, yeah, it's a wisteria lined bead. So it's kind of like a purpley, and it's Toho. You're going to need an 11-0 seed bead, and again I'm using Toho, and this is done in like a really metallic green, pretty color. So I'm just going to actually dump these as we go through them. So there's the 8-0, the 11-0. You will need 3mm fire polish. Now in this bracelet here, I used pink and blue fire polish. In this one I'm making today, I'm just going to use one color, and I'm just using these green. So you'll need about approximately, this is a size 8, so you'll need approximately, I think it was 62 or 64. So for a smaller one, you will need less. So there's 3mm. You will need 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 Rulla beads. And the Rulla beads are in here as well. As you can see, there's Rulla beads and they're black. And I'm using the black, which I used in here, to contrast all the colors that I'm using in here. So you'll need 12 Rulla beads. You're going to need a 15-0 seed bead. And I'm using a Toho 15-0 in a jet. And again, I don't know how much you're going to need of that. So I just dumped enough to do my project, and the rest I'll put back. Now I'm using Montees, and you're going to need 6.3 or something, 6.5. They're only one size, 6 point something. The ones that you see on Fire Mountain Gems or wherever, these are Preciosa or they are Swarovskis. These I particularly bought from Fire Mountain Gems, which said they were Swarovski crystal Montees. These weren't the Preciosa. And the ones that have the crisscross on the back like that, okay? Make sure you get these ones and not the ones that stick up in a box shape. And you also might want to take a pair of pliers, what I do with those, right here, and very, very gently push the claw down. Because I tried doing it with my finger and it doesn't work. And that way you will never lose your crystal, and also it's less likely to snag on anything either. So just take your pliers and very, very gently push your claw down so they're not sticking up. Like this one is still sticking up, so I'm going to push it down very carefully. I don't want to squish my whole Monty, that it loses its shape. But I do want to secure that, and I don't want it sticking up. So I just check them all, and I just close all the gaps. So you guys can do this too with your Montees. They all need to be pushed down. I know people would like to cut corners and not do it, but then you're going to regret it when it snags on your sweater or your shirt or whatever, blanket. Because they will snag on these claws. So I just give it a good going over. Yep, there we go. So that's all you got to do with these Montees. I'll finish those off camera. Alright, so push these out there. Now, where are my... There they are. Okay, so I'm using these new beads. They're called Kheop Beads, and I got these from the Potomac Bead Company, and they were $5.69 for the white. I mean, different colors are different prices. These are the new 2-hole triangular beads, and they're really nice thickness to them, so they're really easy to work with as opposed to the skinnier ones, which are, whoops, come here, 2-hole, but they're 2-hole, focus, they're 2-hole and they're flat, so they stick up. These go inside through the bead sideways. These don't. So these ones are different than these. So I'm using just a white in a Kheop bead. These are really cute beads. You could do lots with them. So you will need to have, I think there's 10 here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So you need 10 Kheop beads. And you're going to need 6 Czechmate beads. Okay, and I'm just using Silver Labrador in the Czechmate, and you only need 6 of them. And all they are for is right here, and your Monte will be sitting on them. So they're kind of like used for a supportive base for your Monte to sit on. And here I just used a crystal Monte on these. So that's it, 6 of those. So as you can see, you need quite a substantial amount of different kinds of beads, but I wanted to incorporate some of the Rullas that you guys will probably have left over from the ones you bought, and maybe did one of my projects with that. I will do more projects with the Kheops because I have a couple of designs in mind. Whether they're going to turn out or not, I don't know. And the Czechmate beads from another couple of my projects that I used. These might be your leftovers you can use for this project. Okay, so I'm going to go find my fireline and I'll be back. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to string your needles. You're going to do one needle on one end and one needle on another end. And someone sent me a tip a long time ago, I think I told you about it, is if you leave a nice short tail, you won't find your fireline tangling as much as you used to if you fold this in half. So I've got a nice big long piece of fireline because I ran out of fireline and I had to join it in here and it was nasty. So I don't want to join it if I don't have to. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our toggle on, and we need to make a base first before we put that on. So to get started, you're going to pick up an 11/0 on each needle. 1 11/0 on each needle, and then you're going to pick up one of your tile beads. Now if you don't have this bead, you can substitute it for a Tila bead or I don't know, any kind of tile bead you can use. So I'm going to put the other needle through the second hole of the Czechmate bead like that, and then I'm going to pick up an 11/0 on each end like so. And then I'm going to put my needles together and bring this down. See, I have a nice long piece to the center, so we have this. Okay. Now, I think I might not add my toggle in just yet. Might do it after. So, yeah, that's basically what I'm going to do. Just do it after. Oopsies. That didn't stay in the center. Now, we're going to pick up, after this, we're going to pick up a Rulla bead and an 11/0. And we're going to bring that down like this. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. Then I'm going to pick up an 11/0. Oh, sorry, no. I'm going to go through the Rulla bead, and then I'm going to pick up an 11/0. Like that. Not too long. Now I'm going to put these back together because I did pull it out of the center by accident. Like that. So this is what you should have. This. Okay. Now these these triangular beads, I don't know if you can see it, but I'll try to show you in the camera. It has 2 flat holes on the bottom. If you flip it around, you'll see it's kind of beveled in here where the hole is going to go on the side of the triangle like this. So you want to pick your first one up this way. So go through the bottom, which is this piece here. You can see the 2 holes are top drilled right down. These are drilled on the side of the triangle. You don't want to go in that way on this first one you pick up. So put one needle in one end and one needle in the other and pull it down to the base like this, so that it sits like that on your beadwork. Okay, so you have this. Now on each needle you're going to pick up 3 8/0s. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. All right. Now this one you're going to pick up your triangle bead. Again, you're going to have to kind of get used to looking at them. You'll see right away you want to go in this way. So you're coming out the bottom of these triangle beads like that. So you're going to go into the side first. And you can tell it's not a bottom because there's only one hole. You can tell the bottom of the bead because it has 2 holes. So the 2 sides only have 1, and the bottom has 2 holes on that side. You want to go in the side this way. So your needle's coming out through the bottom hole. So put one end in there, take your other needle and put the second one through the second hole, and again put your needles together and bring this all down. So you should have that. Okay. Now we're just going to repeat our sequence. So I'm going to pick up 11/0, a Rulla bead, 11/0. Going to pick up an 11/0 on the left needle, my second needle, and I'm going to go through the second hole of the Rulla bead like that. And then we're going to pick up an 11/0 and bring it all down. Okay, now you're going to pick up one of your tile beads. So I'm picking up, in that case, I'm picking up a Czechmate, and I'm going to go through the second hole with the second needle like this. Okay, and pull. Now you're going to pick up 11/0, a Rulla bead, and 11/0. On the second needle, you're going to pick up an 11/0, and you're going to go through the second hole of your Rulla bead, and you're going to pick up an 11/0. So that completes one section. So we have this done. So this is a section. This is all done. This one's a section. This is just where our closure is going to go. So you'll see how nice that finishes off. Now, on each needle, you're going to pick up your Kheops bead. And you want to, the first one you pick up in the section. So this is 1 and this is 2. So this is the first one you're going to pick up. You're going to pick it up by the holes on the bottom. So there should be 2 holes. So the first pass is through the bottom, and the second needle is through the bottom as well. So you're coming out the side of your triangle like this. Okay? So you're kind of looking like that. And bring it down. Alright, so there you go. They're kind of like an arrow. So pick up 3 more of your 8/0s on each needle. Again, 3 8/0s. And then you're going to pick your triangle bead up again, but the Kheops bead, and you're going to pick it up one going in this way, so from the side to the bottom where the 2 holes are, and the second needle from the side to the bottom where the 2 holes are. And you're going to bring that down. And put your needles together. And this is what you should have. And this bracelet is really pretty just like this. If you like the skinny bracelet, you don't have to add any embellishing to this whatsoever like I did here. You can leave it just like this. This is just as gorgeous. So this is very versatile, this particular bracelet. And I like making bracelets like this because some people like skinny ones and some people like the wider ones. I myself would only wear one bracelet if I was wearing this. If I was wearing this, and leaving it without the embellishing, I would probably wear 2 different bracelets of my designs with this in a skinnier form. But they are pretty just like this. So it's up to you. It's what you guys like is what you're going to make. And it's with what beads you have that you're going to make it with. Okay, so now, as you can see, we finished with the triangles. Now we're going to start with this section all over again. And I like to do it this way, so I'm going to show you a little quicker way. Pick up 11-0, a Rulla bead, 11-0, a tile, 11-0, a Rulla bead, and 11-0. So there is my one complete section done on one side. So let that fall for now. Take your other needle, pick up an 11-0, and go through the first Rulla bead that you put on, but in the second hole. And all you're doing is picking up an 11-0 in between each one of these beads. So pick up another 11-0, and now go into your tile bead, the second hole of your tile bead, 11-0, and now you're going to go through the second hole of the next Rulla bead. And then you put your needles together and pull it down, and we should have a whole entire section done. Oops, where did my green bead go? Oh, it fell off. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pick up another bead like that. Okay, so there. And there's your second section done. And then I'm going to repeat the same thing for this. So it doesn't matter which needle you pick up first. Just make sure you pick up your Kheop bead. First one you pick up in your section, you're going to pick up the one with on the side with the 2 holes. So go in any hole, doesn't matter. Pick up 3 8/0s. And then pick up your second triangle bead, your Kheop bead, and go through it from the front or the side to the bottom where the 2 holes are. Okay, and then you're going to take your second needle and you're going to put it through the second hole of your Kheop bead. So like this, like that. I really suck with my left hand. And then you're going to pick up 3 8/0s. 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to go through the second hole of your Kheop bead, which means you'll be going from the side to the bottom, like that. And then put your needles together and pull this down. And there you go. Now, how many do you need to do? It all depends on the size of your wrist. Now, I need to put on at least 6 of these Czechmate beads. So when I have 6 of them on, I'm done. Then we're going to do the closure. Between here and here, this here is 6 1/4 inches without adding any extra beads on here. I didn't here and here, so it's just this section here to this section. I didn't add any extra beads. This is 6 1/4 inches. So I need to size 8 bracelet. This turned out to be exactly size 8 with no extra room in it whatsoever to move around. I'm actually going to add an extra 8/0 in here because I found it to be a little too snug. And I don't like my bracelets where I can't really freely turn them around on my wrist like that. Okay, so if you're making a smaller bracelet, you want to finish with your sections complete. So what you start with, you want to finish with. So what you would have to do is leave out a whole entire section to make your bracelet smaller. So you would not put in 6 tile beads, and you wouldn't put in, you'd take 1 set of these off and 1 set of those. So you would only do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections, and then take a measuring tape and measure that. And I did have my measuring tape, but it's way over there out of my reach. And you'll measure from here to here. And you're going to leave yourself a bit of an opening here. So this is here is from here to here is about 1.5 inches. So you got to kind of play with it. Again, this is why I like doing the beads outside of the bracelet itself on the ends, is because this is where you can lengthen and shorten your bracelet if it doesn't fit. What I really actually always do is I always put it on my wrist like this, and then I just see, I squeeze it, whoops, I just squeeze it like this and see how much of a gap I have in there, and then I kind of judge it from there. So if you kind of do this and see, yeah, there's a good 1.5 inch gap. I don't like my bracelets tight. Some of you might, so I don't. So you're just going to have to kind of play with that end piece here and omit a whole entire section of each. So you would omit. So if you're making a smaller bracelet, omit this section and this section. So when you get to putting on your last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th tile bead, you better quit. Alright, because you want to have it smaller so it fits you, right? Like that. So I'm going to go finish what I'm doing, put the rest of my sections on here and my check beads, and get the bird off the floor because he's walking all over the place. Miku, what are you doing? And I'll be back. Okay, so I've put on my last Czechmate bead, and you want to keep your bracelet pulled nice and tight. Okay, so I'm just going to take one needle at the end here, one needle, and I'm going to pick up one green bead, one seed 11-0, a Rulla bead, an 11-0, and like I said, it was too tight. I don't like how tight it is, so I'm picking up 2 8/0s instead of 1. Alright, and just bring those down. Now you're going to be using your one end of your toggle and one wire guardian or protector. Okay, so I'm just going to slip my toggle onto my wire guardian and give it a little pinch, and then pinch. Then I'm going to go through one end of the wire guardian and through the whole of the toggle like that, and then I'm going to come down. Now I'm going to go, I'm only working with the one needle right now, back down the other side of the wire guardian, like that, and then through the first 2 8/0s, and making sure I snag that in this loop, in this little groove here that's on your wire guardian. Then I'm going to pick up one 11/0. I'm going to go through the second hole of that Rulla bead, like this. Pick up another 11/0, and then I'm going to go right through the tile bead where my thread's exiting the other needle. Just go through it there, like that. And then put this needle down in the mat and pick up your second needle. And now you're just going to go right through all of those a second time. So pull this tight. So I'm going to go up through all these beads, the wire guardian, and my loop, like that, all in one pass. Okay, pull that tight, nice and tight, if you can, and pull this nice and tight. Alright, now you're going to go back down the second side, through the 2, and down the other side of the Rulla bead, so you're exiting out of your tile bead, out of the other hole. Same way, but out of the other hole. Actually, I don't think I want to exit out of there. Yeah, you want to exit out of the bead before the tile, so it would be the 11/0. And make sure your thread catches in your groove. Like so, and pull tight. And there you go. So this one here, this needle here, I'm going to pull it back out of that tile bead because I want it to be exiting out of the 11-0 just before the tile bead. Okay, so through there we go. There we go. Now, pulling everything nice and tight. You will be going through this again because we have to do a couple of rounds of embellishment. So like I said, you can leave your You can leave your bracelet exactly this thin. Pull it tight and tight. You can leave it this thin, or you can continue embellishing it with me. Alright, so let me set, a needle aside. And I'm just checking to see how I did this. So we did that, 15-0, that, and 15-0. Yeah, alright. Now, over top of, let me make sure I have the right thread and I'm on the right side. I'm on this side. Alright. Put this one out of my way. So, now, pulling this tight, holding it in my hand. Okay, I'm exiting out of this 11-0 below our toggle here, going towards my beadwork. You're going to pick up an 8-0, and now you need a 15-0, a 3mm fire polish, a 15-0, and an 8-0 on your needle like this. Okay, then you're going to go through, skip the tile bead, and go through the 11-0 that's right below it, through the Rulla bead, through the 11-0, through your Kheops bead, and into that first 8-0 past your Kheops bead. So let's see if I can do it all in one pass. I managed to do it all, there we go. Like that. So you're going through 11-0, Rulla bead, 11-0, Kheops bead, and one 8-0. And you're going to give that a pull, like that. Okay, and it's just going to sit, it's going to go twist up and down and backwards, but when we put the Monte on, it'll straighten right out. Now in here, you're going to pick up, whoops, that's an ugly 15-0, a 15-0, a 3mm, and a 15-0. And you're going to skip the middle 8-0 here, and you're going to go through the next 8-0, and then you're going to go through your Kheops bead and through the 11-0, the Rulla bead, and the 11-0 that's right below your Kheops bead. And then you're going to pull that. Okay, and then you're going to place that on top here, like that. So this is what you should have so far. And I think that green really accents that really, really nicely. And these are really pretty lustery green bead fire polish. Okay, so we're exiting out of the 11-0 now. We're going to go over the Czechmate bead. So you're going to pick up an 8-0, a 15-0, 3mm, a 15-0, and an 8-0. Skip your Czechmate and go through the 11-0, the Rulla bead, the 11-0, the Kheops bead, and into your first 8-0 past your Kheops bead. Your first Kheops bead. And then just sit those on the side like that. Like this. Okay? Now here, you're going to add a 15-0, a 3mm fire polish, and a 15-0. Skip the middle one and go through the next one into your Kheops bead, the 11-0, the Rulla bead, the 11-0. Like this. And make sure you don't miss any while you're making a big pass like that. And then you're just going to place your 3mm in there like that. So, this is what you're going to go and do for the whole side of your bracelet. Okay? It's really, really pretty like that. Love it. Then I'm going to come back and show you how to add your toggle on this side. Okay, and we'll be back. And one thing I forgot to mention before we get into finishing this, I forgot to mention, oops, is with your other needle, you're going to go down the other side and do exactly what you did over here. So I'm with my second needle now. I'm not quite finished this other end. And you're going to pick up your 8/0, your 15/0, your 3mm, your 15/0, and your 8/0. And you're going to do exactly here what you did over here. So you're going to go through your 11/0, your Rulla bead, your Kheops bead, and through that first 8/0 coming out of your Kheops there. And then you're going to do the same thing on each side without tangling up your thread. Why is this? There we go. And you're going to do it like that. And when you pull this, you can sit those on top like that because it's going to nicely open up to put your, you can even leave it like that if you think it's pretty, but I don't know. I found it to be a bit awkward with this pushed in and that sticking out like a sore thumb. So that's why I didn't continue to finish it like that. So pick up a 15/0, 3mm, a 15/0, and skip your middle bead and continue on this side doing exactly what you did on the other side until you have both your needles exiting out of that 11/0 where your toggle's going to go. Okay, so get that done and I'll be back. Okay, so we've reached the end here now, and what we're going to do is put our second half of our toggle on. So get this ready and get my beads out of the way here so I don't knock them. Now you should be exiting both of your needles out of the last 11/0 at the end of your Czechmate bead. So I'm coming out of this 11/0 here and coming out of that 11/0 there. So now you're just going to pick up your Rulla bead, another 11/0, 1 or 2 8/0s, whatever it is to fit your wrist. And then we're going to pick up our wire protector and put our end toggle bar in it. Give it a squeeze. Okay. Now you're going to go through one end of your wire protector, and I just push the toggle loop through that. Okay. And I'm only working with one needle again right now. And then you're going to come down the other side of your wire protector through the first 2 8/0s with the same bead or same needle. And then you're going to pick up one 11/0, and then you're going to exit through that Rulla bead, and then you're going to exit down through the 11/0 and give it a good tight pull. Everything pull it nice and tight and make sure your thread's caught in your groove like so. Alright, and now to get into position for one needle, I am just going to go right up into the 8/0, the 15/0, and that 3mm right there. And I'm just going to put this needle down now and put it to the side. Now you're going to do that with this one. You're going to go back up. Oopsies. You're coming out of you exited out of the same way. So you're coming out of the other 11/0. Go up through all of these beads now and reinforce this. And go through the toggle bar. Down through the wire protector, the 2 8/0s, and I'm exiting on this side, so I know I need to go back through the other side and exit out of here, like that, and give it a good tight pull. And that did not go. Oh my goodness, I missed the whole entire wire protector. And probably going to snag some threads like I always do. Check that out. Yep, of course I did. So, let's see where we snagged her. Here. Kind of went through right there. Okay. There we go. Now I'm going to re-pull all this tight again. So I'm just going to pull both. There we go. Tight. Tight, tight, tight. Pull this tight. So this is tight and this is tight again. Alright, now let's go down this time and not skip it. And I'm exiting on that side, so I need to go down this side. And I'm going to tie off one of these threads. It doesn't matter which one, so since this is the last one I'm working with, this is the one I'm going to just tie off. Because we don't need 2 threads to put our Montees on. So if you've pulled it nice and tight, your beads should be sitting up on top of your Czechmate like that. Okay, so if you did it nice and tight, it should be sitting that way. Now I'm just going to make a knot right here by wrapping this here. There's once through there, twice through there. I'm pulling it super tight. Very good, Miku. He dropped his dish. Now, I'm going to go through all the bottom beads to tie off. So that would have been my original row. I'm just going to tie off between some beads. Oops. I'll go through a few more here. It gets really confusing when you have 2 threads on the go here. What is that? Okay. Pull it tight. Okay, this one is driving me nuts. Let me get it out of my face over here, away from me. Okay, and I'm just going to tie another 1/2 inch here. And I'm going to go through the loop once, pull it down nice and close because it'll tangle on you. Pull it through twice and just carefully pull it and pull it nice and tight. Okay, and then I'm going to go through this bead. I'm just working on the original first row beads. So one more 1/2 inch knot and we're secure. And here. Alright, and now I'm going to tie one more here. Between the Kheops bead and done. And pull it tight. Now I'm just going to run through some beads. I'm exiting there. And we're going to cut it off right there. And get nice and close. Make sure I cut the right thread. There we go. Alright, so now we're down to only 1 needle. Yay! And now we're going to be working with our Montees. So I'm just going to give this another snuggy tight pull. Okay, now with your other needle, and you should be at your very first Firepolish here after you've done your toggle bar, and you're going to pick up a 15 out. There's a hair there. And you're going to go through one side of your Monte, so one through one hole, and then you're going to pick up another 15 out. Now you're exiting here, so you want to exit your thread the same way, so go through the other fire polish the same way, exiting this way, and sit your Monte on top like that. Now you're going to pick up a 15-0 and you're going to go through the second hole of your Monte. So I'm going through the second hole, but don't do it upside down like that. I just wanted to show you. Through the second hole, whoops, oopsies. And then I'm going to pick up, whoops, we're sniped. Okay. I hate when it loosens. And then we're going to pick up a 15-0 and we're going to go right back through this fire polish, and just the fire polish only, because we're going to reinforce our Monte. So go this way, snagging everything on the way. Don't forget to snag your toggle in there. Now this will tighten it right up, going through it a second time. So through your 15-0, don't forget to go through the 15-0s and go the same way you went the first time. And through the 15, the Monte, and the 15 and the fire polish, and then give it a very tight snuggy pull, and it should sit right there in place like that. Now how pretty is that? Love it. So now you need to get into your next fire polish on this side. So I just go through all these beads. So I'm just going to make as long a pass as I can. So I'm just going, staying on the same side I'm exiting. So I'll go through these 3 beads here. Probably can't do it in one pass because they're kind of sideways. And in there. Then into your Kheops. Whatever you can snag there. Okay. And then I'm going to go up into the 8-0, the 15-0, whatever it is, and into the fire polish, like that. Okay, and pull it nice and tight. So as you're doing your bracelet, make sure you pull it nice and tight. And what I wanted to check was to see if by adding those 8-0s in, yeah, it gave me a wee bit more room to play with my bracelet, because I'm trying it on. Yeah, because now I can move it. The other one is really tight. But when you're increasing or making your bracelet larger or smaller, don't go add a whole bunch of beads in there, because I'm telling you, an 8-0 is a big bead. It might not seem like it is, but it is. Okay, so, oh, I have a little bird. Hi, Tiki. Come on, see the people. Come on, Peep Peep. Come on, Peep Peep. And we have little Tiki here now. Were you pecking at my toes? He was pecking at my toes like a little silly boy. Say hi. Hi, Peep Peep. You just want to have the camera too, eh? Hey, little Peep Peep. So this is Tiki, our little conure. He's part of the parrot family, but he's just a baby. He's just a little boy. He's almost 2 years old too. He's close to the same age as Miku. Hey, Tiki? Are you looking at all these sparkles, eh? He loves to steal crystals, by the way. Right, Tiki? Are you a crystal stealer? Alright, you can go up on my shoulder. Okay, so let's go back here. So we're exiting out of the 3mm. Pick up a 15-0. Tiki, I know you're coming. And go through one end of your Monte and another 15-0. Okay, so you're exiting here, and you want to exit the same way, so just put your needle through the fire polish and exit the same way. And this bird here is coming to steal something. Yes, he is. He loves crystal beads. And he can't have any because that's not very healthy for him to be chomping on glass beads. Yeah, you didn't get nowhere, eh, Tiki? Okay, so now it's kind of hard to work with him because he wants a bead. Pick up a 15-0 and go through the second hole. No. Drop it. You're bad. No, Tiki, you can't have my crystal. No, you can't have it. No, you can have an almond. Yes. You want an almond? Oh, you know what almonds are, eh? No, that's a crystal. He's trying all his might to get this. Ah! No! Okay, let me get my tutorial done, you little brat. Alright, so we picked up a 15-0, and we're going through the second hole of the Monte now. And try to hold it down with your thumb, just so you don't pull it all out of shape here. And then you're going to pick up... Oh, no, you don't. Come here, Tiki. Dip up. Oh, he's going after something. Okay, so I'll pick up a 15-0. And now we're going to head back through the fire polish. And exiting towards our... Hey, Tiki. Come here. Dip up. Dip up. You've got a needle and thread stuck to you, Goofy. Alright, so, oh shoot, I got 2 beads in there. Yes, I picked up 2. So, I'll fix this really quickly. So I'm just going to loosen this up a bit. And I'm going to break off one of these 15-0s. And I'm just going to crush it right on my needle. Not the thread. So that's how you get rid of an extra bead you don't want. So back through your Monte. Now for a second time. And the 15-0. Don't forget your 15-0s. No, Tiki. What are you doing, you little stinker? And through here. Pull it tight. And back up. Through there. Through the 15-0. And through the fire polish. And it's good and reinforced. And give that a good tight pull. Like that. And there is your second one on. So you've got your second one. And that's all you're going to do for the whole entire 3, well, I have 4 Montees left to put on. And you guys should have whatever your wrist size is left to do. I don't know how many you've got. You may even have more. You might have a bigger wrist, so. And if you have a bigger wrist, you've got to add more. And that's good and snug tight in there. Alright. So I'm going to go finish these 4 off camera. And when I come back, I'll have a finished bracelet and show you what it looks like. Okay. Remember I said our bracelet was finished? It's not. I forgot a whole entire section. Unless you want to leave it like that instead of it looking, and it's not, these are not going to sit properly if you don't put this outside edge on. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm ending here and I'm just trying to find a way to weave my thread over here. So I'm just going on the back underneath the because I'm exiting the wrong way. When you finish this, you'll be exiting outward. So I want to exit into that fire polish, but heading towards my beadwork. Like this. So you want to be exiting out of the 3mm like that, okay? Now, for the outside edge, you're going to pick up 3/15s, 1, 2, 3/15s, 2 of your fire polish, and 3/15s. And you're just going to go right across into the next fire polish, like so, and pull tight. So, 3/15s, 2 fire polish, 3/15s, and into the next fire polish where your Monte is, and pull it nice and tight. 3/15s, 2 fire polish, and 3/15s, and into the next. And that's all you're going to do. So you're going to work your way down, all the way down the bracelet, till you get to the other side. You're going to cut through here somehow, weave your thread through, and go down this side now and put your beads in just like this. Between every single fire polish, including the ones with your Montees. You got to put them in here as well. Okay, so you got to put them in here, in all your spaces. So from one fire polish to the next, you put 3/15s, 2 fire polish, and 3/15s, and just go into the next and pull tight. Okay, so I'm going to go finish this off camera, and I'm going to come back and show you for sure what the bracelet looks like when it's done. I'll be back. Okay, so there you have your outside edge, and as you can see, it kind of scallops it. It looks really, really pretty. I really, really like these bracelets. They were a lot of fun to make, and I had a lot of fun showing you guys how to make these. So go to the Czechmate Bead Company or Beadaholique. I'm sure they're on eBay and everywhere else, these Kheop Beads. And there's, I'll leave you a link for Beadaholique and Czechmate Bead Company where you can get the Kheop beads. These white triangular beads that I'm using. I don't have a lot of colors in them. They are expensive. They're 5 something a tube. But you get quite a few in a tube, because I've made 2 bracelets, and I've got still 3/4 of a tube. And I got these from Czechmate Bead Company for $5.69. So I'll leave you a link, and I hope you guys enjoy making this bracelet. And if you did, comment and like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon on the next video. Bye everyone.